Hello everyone. In the previous classes, we have discussed about Bohr's atomic model, important points of Bohr's atomic model, and also we discussed about what now hydrogen spectrum. Okay, how many series are there in hydrogen spectrum? There are 6 series. There are 6 series in hydrogen spectrum, right? What are they? Lyman series, Balmer series, Paschen series, Brackett, Fund, and Humphrey series. So in that, what we discussed about the Rydberg's equation. What is the equation called? Rydberg. Rydberg's equation we have discussed. So according to this Rydberg's equation, this wave number or wavelength or frequency or velocity of light, anything we can calculate by using this equation. So by using Rydberg's equation, we can calculate any of these wave characteristics. Okay. So R is what now here? R is Rydberg's constant. What is R here? Rydberg's constant. So R is called R value. Tell me here. Rydberg's constant value what? 109,678. 109,678 centimeter inverse. What is the value of R here? 109,678 centimeter inverse. Okay, ma. So the same thing. How to write now? 1.09678. 1.09678 into 10 to the power of 5 centimeter inverse, right? Anyone is saying? So here we can take like this here. 1.09 means 1 only, na? 1.09 means 1 only. So 1 into 10 power 5 centimeter inverse is what now? Value of R. If you want to write in meter inverse, suppose it is given in centimeter inverse, na? If you write in meter inverse, we can write what? 1.09678 into 10 to the power of 7 meter inverse. Meter inverse is what now? MKS. MKS unit. Centimeter inverse is what? CGS, unit of R. Okay. So in this way, R value we can take in CGS or MKS. If you take R value in CGS, okay, we can get lambda value in what? Centimeters. If you get R value, if you take R value in meter inverse, we can get lambda value in meters. Is that clear? So again, mu bar is what now here? Wave number. Wave number also is measured in centimeter inverse in CGS, meter inverse in MKS, right? So in this way we can take what now R value in either CGS system or MKS system. So in centimeter inverse we can take, meter inverse we can take. Why we have taken this one? Since 1 centimeter inverse, 1 centimeter inverse is equal to what now? 100 meter inverse. 1 centimeter inverse is equal to 100 meter inverse. So here in place of centimeter inverse, 100 meter inverse, 100 into 10 power 5, 10 power 7. So 1.09678 into 10 to the power of 7 meter inverse is what now? R value. Rydberg's constant value. And what is N1 here? N1 is called the orbit to which electron is coming. The orbit number to which electron is jumping is called N1 value. And N2 value is what? The orbit from which electron is coming. The orbit from which electron is coming is N2 here. N1 is the orbit to which electron is coming. If electron jumps from 4th orbit to 2nd orbit, suppose electron is coming from 4th orbit to 2nd orbit. In that case, N1 value 2, N2 value 4. Here 2 square, 4 square we take. In this way, here N1 value is always less than what? N2 value. That means what is this condition you take here. So always what is greater than what? N2 value must be greater than N1 value. N2 value should be greater than N1 value. So in this way, here what we take? Mu bar is equal to 1 by lambda is equal to frequency by velocity of light is equal to R into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square into Z square also we can take here. What we can write here? R Z square actually. R into Z square. Z is what now here? Atomic number. So R Z square into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. Here Z is what? Atomic number. For hydrogen atomic number is what? 1. So Z value will be taken 1 here for hydrogen. If other than hydrogen species is given, we have to take Z value. If you take helium plus, it will be 2 square. If you take lithium plus 2 ion, 3 square. In this way we take here. So R Z square into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square, where N2 value is greater than what? N1 value. So this way we have to understand what now here? The Rydberg's equation. By using Rydberg's equation, we can calculate nu bar, lambda, wavelength, c, velocity of light, and nu. Nu is what frequency. Is that clear? Take the screenshot of this one if you want. Yeah. So next one, check it here. Suppose I'm taking electronic transition. Transition means what? Jumping. Transition means what? Jumping of electron. Means in general language we use word jumping. Okay, actual transition is. The electronic transition means the change of position of electron from one orbit to other orbit. When electron jumps from one orbit to other orbit, there will be a transition. There will be a change in electron position. That is called electronic transition. Now, electronic transition in first case, what we are taking? Third orbit to second orbit. From third orbit, from n2 value 3, electron is coming from to n1 value 2. From 3 to 2, electron is coming. 3 is which shell? M shell. 2 is what? L shell. So from M shell to L shell. From M shell to L shell, electron is jumping here. Is that clear? So like this now here, electronic transition from third orbit to second orbit. When electron comes from third orbit to second orbit, the line is called what now? H alpha line of which series? H alpha line of Balmer series. H alpha line of which series? Balmer series. Why it is taken as Balmer series here? Electron is coming to second orbit. When n1 value is 2, it must be Balmer series. n1 value always is 2 for this Balmer series, remember. And n2 is taken 3, means electron is coming from third orbit to second orbit now. So it must be first line. So 3 to 2 is first line, 4 to 2 is second line, 5 to 2 is third line, and so on. So here we have taken third orbit to second orbit. So we have taken H alpha line. H alpha line means what? Alpha line of hydrogen of Balmer series here. Alpha line of Balmer series of hydrogen atom. We have taken. So for this electronic transition, n1 value to n2 value 3 we have taken. So 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 3 square we have taken. So nu bar we are calculating. Nu bar is what now here? Wave number. Nu bar is called wave number. So nu bar is what now here? Wave number. Wave number is measured in what? Centimeter inverse or meter inverse. Centimeter inverse or meter inverse we take. And lambda is what here now? Lambda is what? Wavelength. Lambda is what? Wavelength. So wavelength is measured in what? Centimeters or meters. Centimeters or meters. And general units what we use? Angstroms, nanometers, picometers. Nanometers and picometers. So picometer, nanometer, angstroms also will be used as general units of wavelength. Generally CGS system what? Centimeter, and MKS unit is what now? Meter. Like that here 1 by lambda or nu bar can be calculated. Means what here? Nu bar is equal to 1 by lambda is equal to R into Z square actually. R into Z square. But here Z square is what now? Z square is what now? 1. Here R Z square. R Z square is equal to R into 1 square. That is what now R we are taking. In place of R Z square, what we are taking here? R. Z is what? Atomic number is what? 1 for hydrogen atom. That's right. Instead of R Z square, what we have taken here? We have taken R. R into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. We are getting what now here? 5R by 36. This value will be 5 by 36. 5 by 36. So 5 by 36 R. So 5R by 36 we got here. So now listen carefully. What we have to understand here is that. So here 5 by 36 R. 5 by 36 R is what? 1 by lambda. 1 by, sometimes lambda will be asked. In one problem, lambda is asked to calculate. So what we have got? 1 by lambda is equal to 5R by 36. What we got now here? 1 by lambda is equal to what? 5 by 36 R. Therefore, lambda is equal to what now here? Therefore, lambda is equal to what now here? 36 by 5 into 1 by R. Is it clear? So lambda, here inverse of lambda is 5R by 36. But lambda is equal to what? Now we have to invert it. When you invert this one, what happens? 36 by 5 into 1 by R. 36 by 5 means 7 point something here. And this 1 by R value will be taken as 910 angstroms. 910 angstroms. 1 by R value remember as what? 110 angstroms. So 36 by 5. 36 by 5 means approximately 7 point something into 910 angstroms will be equal to 6563 angstroms. 6563 angstroms. So this wavelength value is near to red color. So in VIBGYOR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So the red color will be having this wavelength range. So this wavelength is near to what red. That's why this first line, the first line of Balmer series in hydrogen atom appears in which color? Red color. The first line, that is alpha line of Balmer series of hydrogen atom, appears in which color? Red color, because this wavelength is near to the red. So like this lambda value of this first line can be calculated. How much we got here? 6563 angstroms. Is the concept clear? So here this value, remember, 1 by R is equal to 910 angstroms. Remember. 1 by R is what? 910 angstroms. This value, if you remember, easily can do it. So what is the value to be remembered here? 1 by R is equal to 910 angstroms if options are given in angstroms. If options are given in nanometer, then we take 91.0 nanometers. Why? 1 nanometer is equal to what? 10 angstrom. Otherwise, 1 angstrom is equal to 0.1 nanometers. So 1 angstrom is equal to 0.1 nanometer. Na? That's why in place of angstrom, what we have taken? 0.1 nanometer. So 0.1 into 910, 91 nanometers we have taken. So 1 by R value. 1 by R value, remember, as 910 angstroms or 91 nanometers. If options are in nanometers, what we take now here? This 36 by 5 into 91 nanometers we take here. So 91 into 7, approximately 656.3. 656.3 nanometers will be there. The same value will be what now? The same value will be 6. Okay. The same value will be what now here? 656.3 nanometers. The same value will be 656.3 nanometers. In this way, we can calculate what now? The lambda wavelength. So 1 by lambda we get first 5R by 36. Then lambda will be equal to 36 by 5R. 1 by R. 36 by 5, 1 by R we get like this. Is the concept clear to everyone? So this is very important concept. Most of the problems based on hydrogen spectrum will be calculation of lambda, calculation of wavelength either in nanometers or in angstroms. Remember. So here we have taken in this table angstroms. We have taken all values. Once take the screenshot of this one, I will erase everything. Yeah. So now here, now second line. Second line of which series? Again, Balmer series. Again, N1 is 2 now here. N1 value 2 means it is what now again? Balmer series. So again, Balmer series of which atom? Hydrogen. H we have taken H beta. H beta means what now here? Second line. Second line of Balmer series of hydrogen. H indicates for hydrogen here. So second line or beta line. So it is called what now here? Beta line. So beta line or second line of what? Hydrogen atom or hydrogen spectrum. In this case, electron is coming from which orbit? From fourth orbit. If electron is coming from third orbit to second orbit, we get first line, which appears in red color. If electron jumps from fourth orbit to second orbit, it will be second line of Balmer series of hydrogen, which appears in which color? Bluish green. Bluish green means what? In between blue and green. In between the blue and green. This wavelength will be in between what now? The blue color wavelength and green color wavelength. Okay, that's why here lambda of second line. Lambda of second line is this value. This value is closer to the value in between the wavelengths of blue and green. Like this, we can calculate what now here? Lambda value of second line of what? Balmer series. Is the concept clear now? So now check it here. Nu bar. Nu bar is what now? Wave number. Wave number that equals to 1 by lambda that equals to R into Z square. So again, R Z square is what? R into 1 square. Z is what? 1 for hydrogen atom. Therefore, R Z square we have taken R into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. 1 by 2 square, 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 4 square. So this will be what now? 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 4 square. 1 by 4 minus 1 by 16 is equal to 3 by 16. So 3 by 16 into R. 3 by 16 into R. It is 1 by lambda. 1 by lambda is equal to 3r by 16. Therefore, lambda is equal to what now here? 16 by 3 into 1 by r. So what we take now here? Lambda is equal to what now? 16 by 3 into 1 by r. This 1 by r value, how much we have to take? 910 angstroms. So 910 angstroms is the value of 1 by r here. So 1 by r is equal to 910 angstroms into 16 by 3. So 5 point something into 910 angstroms will be 4861 angstroms, which is closer to the value of wavelength in between blue and green colors. Okay, this is an angstrom, remember. If you take in nanometers, how much it will be? 486 means 486.1 nanometers we take. In nanometers, it will be 486.1 nanometers. And 1 angstrom, how many picometers? Tell me. 100 picometers. 1 angstrom is equal how many picometers? 100 picometers. Suppose you are asked to find out the value in picometers, suppose. Then in place of angstroms, what we can write here? 100 picometers. 100 into 6 by 63. 100 into 4861. In this way, we can take what now here? The values. Is that clear? So in this way, we can calculate what lambda value. Lambda value we can calculate. Okay, from Rydberg's equation. Rydberg's equation. Now all these lines are what now? Balmer series only. Why? All electrons are coming to which orbit? Second orbit. So we can take what now here? This one. This table is of Balmer series. Balmer series means all. Yeah. So the next important topic is that maximum number of spectral lines produced when an electron jumps from nth level to ground level. Nth level to ground level is equal to what now here? N of n minus 1, n of n minus 1 by 2. Suppose for example, electron is jumping from 5th orbit to 1st orbit. 1st orbit is nothing but ground state, right? To ground state, electron is coming from which orbit? 5th orbit. So n value how much here? N value is equal to 5. So when electron is coming from 5th orbit, here 5 of 5 minus 1. So 5 of 5 minus 1 divided by 2. So in this way, here 5 minus 1 is how much here? 4. So 4 into 5, 20. 20 by 2, 10. So in this way, we can get what now here? 10 spectral lines. How many lines here? 10 lines will be obtained if electron jumps from 5th orbit directly to 1st orbit. From 5th orbit to 1st orbit, if electron is coming, 5 of 5 minus 1 divided by 2. So 5 minus 1 is what? 4. 4 into 5, 20. 20 by 2, 10 lines. 10 spectral lines will be totally obtained when electron jumps from 5th orbit to ground state. So this is the formula, important formula to be understood here. So what is the formula? Number of spectral lines produced when electron jumps from nth orbit to 1st orbit. Nth orbit to ground state is equal to what now? N of n minus 1 by 2. This one concept. Suppose if electron is jumping from n2 orbit to n1 orbit, we don't know exactly which orbit to which orbit. Suppose electron is jumping from 5th orbit to 2nd orbit. Suppose from where to where? N1 is 2 here, N2 is what? 5. Suppose electron is jumping from where to where? 2nd or 5th orbit to 2nd orbit. That means what? N2 value is what? 5. N1 value is what? 2. Now electron is not coming to ground state. Remember, if electron directly comes to ground state, we can take this formula, n of n minus 1 by 2. Okay, but here electron is not coming to ground state. From 5th orbit to 2nd orbit, electron is coming. In this case, now we use formula what now here? Number of spectral lines. So number of spectral lines produced. So the number of spectral lines produced will be equal to n2 minus n1 of n2 minus n1 plus 1. n2 minus n1 of n2 minus n1 plus 1 divided by 2. So n2 value how much here? N2 value, tell me. 5 we have taken in this example. So 5 minus n1 how much we have taken? 2. Into again 5 minus 2 plus 1 divided by 2 we take. Divided by 2. So this way we can calculate what now? Number of spectral lines produced here. 5 minus 2 how much here? 3. Here 5 minus 2 3. 3 plus 1 4. 4 into 3. 4 into 3 by 2. So in this way, the number of spectral lines produced we can calculate when electron jumps from n2 orbit to n1 orbit. That means electron when it is not coming to ground state, we use this one. So in this way, what we can take now here, this formula is very important formula to be understood here. Okay, so the number of spectral lines produced is very important concept. That point we have to understand. And also, whenever electron comes back from excited state, if electron in the ground state absorbs energy, what I said, the electron gets excited. The electron gets excited means what? From lower orbit, lower energy orbit, the electron will jump to higher energy orbit. That is called excitation of electron. Again, the excited electron will not remain in the higher orbits. It will come back to its ground state. When electron is coming back from higher orbit to lower orbit, it emits energy. That is called de-excitation. De-excitation means jumping of electron from higher orbit to lower orbit. Excitation means what? Lower to higher orbit. That is called electronic transition. Transition is nothing but the jumping or the change in position. Okay. So now when electron jumps from second orbit to first orbit, suppose second orbit to first orbit, then delta E, the change in energy, will be equal to what now? H nu. H nu. So delta E is change in energy. So delta E is equal to En2 minus En1. Here N1 is what? Lower energy orbit. N2 is what? Higher energy orbit. If electron is jumping from fifth orbit to second orbit, suppose here E5 minus E1 or E2. In this case, we have taken E2 now. So here E5 minus E2. So in this example, what we take now here? E5 minus E2. So this E5 minus E2 will give what? The difference in energy. When electron, how much amount of energy is emitted when electron jumps from fifth orbit to second orbit. So E5 minus E2 energy, E5 minus E2 energy is emitted. It is emitted when electron jumps from fifth orbit to second orbit. How much amount of energy is emitted here? E5 minus E2. E5 minus E2 amount of energy is emitted. So the energy of electron in second orbit should be subtracted from the energy of electron in fifth orbit. This value will be equal to the amount of energy emitted when electron jumps from fifth orbit to second orbit. Let's take the screenshot of this one. Next, the time period of revolution. Time period of revolution of electron in nth orbit. It is given by Tn. The time period in nth orbit. How much time will be taken for one revolution is called time period. So here Tn means time period of revolution. Time period of revolution of electron Tn is equal to what now? Circumference of the circular orbit divided by velocity of electron in nth orbit. Velocity of electron in nth orbit. Circumference by velocity of electron in nth orbit. Here R is what now? Rn, radius of nth orbit. Rn is what now? Radius of nth orbit. Here Vn is what? Velocity of electron in nth orbit. So 2 pi Rn divided by Vn is equal to what now here? Time period of revolution. Means the time taken by electron for one revolution, for one complete revolution. How much time is taken by electron is called what now? Time period of revolution. So time period of revolution of electron in nth orbit is given by the formula circumference by velocity of electron in nth orbit. Okay, so that is equal. Now here again we know formula of Rn and formula of Vn, right? Formula of Rn we know, formula of Vn we know. When we substitute the formula of these two, we get what now here? 1.5 into 10 power minus 16 seconds into n cube by z square. N cube by z square we get. In the previous class, we have discussed the number of revolutions of electron in nth orbit. Okay, it is called orbital frequency we discussed. Orbital frequency. So orbital frequency is what now here? Orbital frequency formula what? Reverse of this. Velocity by circumference. Right? So orbital frequency, that is number of revolutions made by the electron in nth orbit is equal to what we discussed yesterday. Velocity of electron in nth orbit by the circumference. This is what now? Number of revolutions. The inverse of this formula will be equal to what now? Time period of revolution. Time period of revolution. So Tn equals to what here? 2 pi Rn divided by Vn. Vn is what? Velocity of electron in nth orbit. Rn is what? The radius of orbit, nth orbit. We can take. Okay. So this way we can take what now here the values of time period of revolution in any given orbit. Here n is what? Orbit number, principal quantum number. Z is what? Atomic number. Okay. So n cube by z square into 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 16 seconds. Yesterday we discussed about this number of revolutions is equal to what now here? 6.6 into 10 power 15 revolutions. 6.6 into 10 power 15 revolutions into what we have taken? Z square by n cube, right? Z square by n cube. Now it is inverted to get this value. Okay, so when we invert this value, we get what? This value. This is equal to this, nothing but here n cube by z square. From this we are getting n cube by z square into what now? Into 1 by 6.6 into 10 to the power of 15. Then we get 1.5 into 10 power minus 16 seconds into n cube by z square. So this is what now? Time period of revolution. Time period of revolution. Is the concept clear now? So this one is very important concept. Please take the screenshot of this. Okay. So different formula what we have discussed so far. Rn is equal to 0.529 angstroms into n square by z. And En, energy of electron, is equal to minus 2.18 into 10 power minus 18 joules into joules per atom here. Joules per atom into n square by z square, z square by n square, z square by n square. Okay, Vn, velocity of electron, is equal to 2.1